when we've got an equation like this, we call this a quadratic because it's got a squared function of x. At the moment, we can't really easily solve this because if we were to try and get x the subject of a formula, we're going to get in a bit of an issue because let's bring all the x's to one side. Get 5x squared minus 12x is equal to 4. And then I want to divide by 5 to get rid of a 5 on this one. So I get x squared minus 2x is equal to 4 over 5. And we're going to go backwards and forwards here because I can't combine the x squared and the x. If I want to get rid of this minus 2, it's 2 here. I want to divide by 2, but that divides this one by 2. And we're going to go backwards and forwards because to get rid of that divide by 2, I times by 2. And the other problem is that I want to get rid of this squared. I have to square root. And that's going to get messy because I'm square rooting the x as well. To get rid of that square root, I have to square. That's not good. And there's a few methods we can do to solve quadratics. We can factorise, we can complete a square, or we can use the quadratic formula. This is a calculator paper, and it tells us straight away that we need to give it to 2 decimal places. We're not going to be able to factorise. That's not going to be possible. So we have to use either completing the square, or it's actually quickest to use the quadratic formula. But to use this, we have to go into the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And we don't have that at the moment. We have to rearrange into that. Let's keep the x squareds on the side they are. I minus the 10x. So I get 5x squared minus 10x. And then I minus the 4. I'm left with 0. We're in the form which we want to be now. And I can see straight away here that a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 10, and c is equal to minus 4. Be careful that we do have to include this sign, because if we add 4, then it would be equal to 4, but we're adding a negative, essentially, so that's going to be negative 4. Our quadratic formula is one we just need to know. X is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We can just put this in straight into the calculator. Well, actually, it's probably best to write it down because we will possibly lose out on a mark if we didn't get this right for whatever reason. So we get minus 10 plus or minus. So there's going to be 2 solutions here. There's going to be one solution where we're adding and one solution where we're subtracting. Minus 4 times a, which is 5, and then times by c, which is minus 4. We've got brackets next to each other like this. That's signifying that they're times, so it's okay for me to do this. Square root of all that, and that's over 2 lots of a, which is 5. Which now we can put straight into our calculator. Be very careful that you do the negatives correctly, but also make sure you press the reciprocal button first, because if you don't press that, you're going to get a bit messy where you have to divide by this 2 times 5, and it's just makes it a bit messy if you don't do that first. And we're going to do the addition first. We get a third within a fraction, but we want decimal places. We want singular figures. So I press the S to D button. Looks something like this. We've got a Casio calculator. Just above the delete button. And that changes it to 2.3416. It just keeps going. We only want 2 decimal places, so we're going to quote that as 2.34. And for the second solution, let's not write this out fresh again. Let's use the calculation we already have in the calculator. If you've got a Casio calculator, you can press right and you scroll through until you get to the plus, delete that, and change it into a negative. Again, press SD, and we get minus 0.34. These are both of our solutions.